Hi, folks. Welcome to VMV Legal and Management Series. Till now, we were providing you the success mantras for your success in the career. That is management part. But what about the legal? From now onwards, we are going to start on the legal aspects also. Something related to new codes, new labor codes, and something related to the misconduct and disciplinary action what an organization has to take. I'm sure I have seen several HR professionals who are not informed about this. They take law, labor law, as the last priority. But let me tell you, at the end of the day, if any disputes arises between an employee and an employer, then you will have to face the matter before the authorities, tribunals, court of law. So we at VMV Legal and Management Series thought that we should educate the HR professionals. I see from the statistics whatever I have undergone. 95% of the HR professionals do not know what labor laws are. So, this is an opportunity for all HR professionals at whatever level they are. This would be an eye opener for the senior HR professionals, and it should be this forum is a place for learning to young HR professionals. Use the opportunity and be successful in life. Now, let me speak about the labor codes, the new labor codes. There has been four new labor codes that has been passed by the Parliament of India. The government of India have consolidated several laws and have put in a concise form in the four labor codes. I am going to speak to you on Code on Wages 2019. The parliamentary act passed in the year 2019. Code on Wages 2019, 29 bar 2019. That's the number Parliament has given. Why this new code? We had law, we had Minimum Wages Act, we had Payment of Wages Act, and we had Payment of Bonus Act. Then why this law? Why this code? The objective of Government of India is to make the world feel ease of business in India, so that a lot of FDIs come into India. For FDI stands for Foreign Direct Investment. Therefore, the Government of India thought reformation on labor laws would certainly bring a lot of investments in India, and that has been proven. I'm not going to speak on the statistics of how much of FDI have come in because of this reformation, or what is the investment that is happening in India. Those are economic part of it, but I am going to speak on the law part of it. What is Code on Wages 2019? What it consists of? It is the consolidation of three acts, that is Minimum Wages Act, Payment of Wages Act, and Payment of Bonus Act. These are the three acts that has been consolidated and put in place. The Parliament of India in the year 2019 have passed this legislation. It may come into effect any point of time when the rules are framed and implemented by the state, because According to Constitution of India, Schedule 7, labor matter is a concurrent list where there is an authority of the central and also the state. So it forms the concurrent list. Constitution of India Schedule 7 classifies into three categories: the central list, the state list, and the concurrent list. Labor forms the concurrent list. Therefore, the states have to frame the law, rules based on the law passed by the parliament. And my personal point of view is it can be implemented any point of time by 2024. Let's be positive. However, implementation would happen on these labor codes. So I thought it is necessary for all the young HR professionals and some even the matured HR professionals that they know about all these four codes. This initiative is to educate, bring knowledge to all the HR professionals on the labor codes. And this is our first attempt, and we are taking Code on Wages 2019 before you. I want to bring it in a different format. The format is Section 2 of the Code on Wages, or any law you take, Section 2 would speak about the definitions and interpretations. Here, I want to take the definition and interpret with relevant sections of the code. Today, I am going to speak on Section 2 and the relevant sections. First, Section 2 speaks of, before that, let me tell you, this is Code on Wages. It is passed by the Parliament of India in the year 2019, and it shall be implemented by the appropriate government or the state government as and when there is rules implemented. I am talking in the simple terms. I am not talking in the legal terms. If you are referring to the legal terms, you may feel that the verbatim is wrong, not the content. Content I am speaking right, but the verbatim may differ. Okay, now accounting year, that's the first definition. If you see 2a, what is that accounting year? Accounting year means from April 1st of any year to 31st March of the subsequent year. That's the accounting year. See, if you go to an organization which has the origin of Western side of the globe, then the accounting year would be January to December. But in India, let me tell you, the accounting year is April 1st of any year to 31st March of subsequent calendar year. So that's the accounting year. The second definition is advisory committee, advisory board. To be appropriate, it is advisory board. Section 42 of the code speaks of the advisory board. What would the advisory board consist of? There is a state advisory board, there is a central advisory board. So I am going to speak about the central advisory board. See, the replica of that is the state advisory board, because I told labor is concurrent list under Schedule 7 of Indian Constitution. Therefore, I am going to speak on Central Advisory Board. The same thing applies to the State Advisory Board. The Central Advisory Board consists of employers and the employee representation. To make you understand in the colloquial language, in the normal language, I should say employer means associations like CII, that is Confederation of Indian Industry, or ASCOM, things like that. When I say employee representation, it could be trade union like BMS, CITU, AITUC, etc. There are a lot of trade unions. I am not going to dwell upon that. But the law prescribes that employers and employee should be of equal number. Then there are independent members. The independent members should not be more than 1/3 of the entire group of members. Then there are 5 members appointed by the state government, central government. I'm sorry, it is central government representing 5 states. And that central government takes a call on that. It's the decision of the central government. Put together, you will have a group of people, that is employers and employees in equal number, and 1/3 of that would be the independent members and 5 states which the central government nominates. When it comes to the state advisory board, this clauses doesn't apply. That is, which is that clause? Central government appointing the 5 states for the advisory board. That clause doesn't apply. One thing to be noted, among all the members, 1/3 of the members should be women. That's the representation prescribed by the law. So 1/3 of the total membership should be women. What does this advisory board do? Section 42 prescribes what this advisory board should do. The advisory board does the following things. Number one, it fixes the minimum wages. When we get into the minimum wages, I am going to tell you how the minimum wages are fixed, how the floor wages are fixed under the new code. So, fixation of minimum wages, revision of minimum wages, because cost of living keeps changing from year on year. So, therefore, there should be a minimum wages. Normally, there is an increase of DA, and once in 5 years, there is change in the basic. That's the normal trend. So, fixation and revision of minimum wages is what this advisory committee do, or advisory board, as the case may be. To be precise, it is advisory board. Then, employment opportunities to women. May I tell you, friends, women in India are progressing. There are a lot of employment opportunities for women in India. India has become the 5th largest economy in the world, and it is progressing towards the 2nd largest economy in next 25 years. It is expected by 2047, India would be the 2nd largest economy after China. That's the prediction. And it's going to happen. For that, the women participation in the business, in the activities, what we do in the industry is very, very important. So therefore, this advisory board also speaks of opportunities to women folks in industry. And then the third thing, where all women can work. What are the environmental conditions where women can work? I'm telling you, I'm not talking the legal language. I'm not using the verbatim used in the code on wages. I'm talking in a colloquial language to make you understand that the contents of the code, that's the objective. You should understand the contents of the code, not the verbatim. And the last thing is what actually the matters related to, all the matters related to the code on wages. These are the 4 things which this advisory board would work. That is fixation and revision of minimum wages from time to time. Each city has its own expenses. If you take city of Bangalore and city of Chennai and also city of Mumbai. Each of these metropolitan cities have different cost of living that is factored by this advisory board. Then women empowerment, women employment, then the opportunities to women. Say for example, working conditions of the women. At the present law, if you see the Factories Act of 1948, no woman is allowed to work beyond 7 p.m. at any point of time. There are misuses, that's a different issue. I'm not going to dwell upon that. But the law prescribes this. What are the working conditions? New code speaks something else. If with the consent of women, you can ask women to work even during night. That's the new law. That's a different thing. And we are going to discuss on that too. And the matters related to, the working conditions of the women. These are what are discussed in section 42 by the advisory board, which is prescribed under section 42 of Code on Wages 2019. Thank you very much for watching this. My name is Mahesh Mahadevaya. I am a law graduate. I am associated with my colleagues Mrs. Vinolia and Mr. Vinay. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon. You would get the notification. And your knowledge would enhance. Thank you very much for watching this video. You can wait for more videos on the labor codes, and that would help you in enhancing your knowledge. Thank you very much. Bye.